What's up, beautiful souls? So I was intentionally thinking about doing the reading with the download and doing a spread. However, I feel like the download in itself is says it all. I do want to end today's reading, the download, with an oracle card because I do feel like Spirit did call specifically to this deck, and maybe it has a little token, so we'll end with that. And this download, at times I felt like we kept on coming around in circles and circles, and there were so different many analogies, and that could be exactly, I trust that it's delivered the way it needs to be. And I also think it's quite significant to probably whoever's message this is, the way your energy is constantly flowing through this, or maybe a lack of not flowing. You'll understand as we begin. You are the hero of the soul's journey. For every obstacle you face, for every bridge you built, for every triumph you've declared over hardship, it is your victory to claim. You've found yourself at a crossroad that requires a hurdle, a sprint, a jump. Some may call it a leap of faith. You have seen this gap and proclaimed you would conquer it. Yet, the longer you stay stagnant, the longer you stay stationed in place, the more resistance has built. And the vision I'm getting is, there's a lot of different visions that came through with this. But right at this point, it's like a cliff, right? Like you have to jump from one cliff to the next. And it's as you approach it, you've seen it coming, you knew you were going to do it. There was no doubt, but you sat there and kind of stared at this. Like, I'm going to do this, but how do I get over to the other side? In the stagnation of determined willpower, you have perceived only resistance and strain. You're pushing, dear one. And these are the different images that came. It was the cliff, from one cliff to the other. The hurdle, this gap becoming larger and larger. The longer you sat there and perceived what you felt like you could maybe run and jump, now you've approached it. Now it feels like it's further than you had thought. And the longer you sit there, it seems to get further and further away. Then the feelings come. It feels like there's too much to bear. The stress is building up. And it's escalating. As if time is starting to run out. The pressure is on. Causing a further drive. This internal need to keep on pushing. But to no avail. Whatever this hurdle, this obstacle is that you face, it's becoming consuming. And this is where it also changes the analogy. It's like you're being overconsumed by the wave, a wave of emotion, overwhelmed, almost like you're being buried alive. Going back to spirit. We would like to remind you the act of pushing to resolve it is in itself the act of resistance. And in doing so, your once faithful filled heart is now creating feelings of doubt, uncertainties, dilemmas, thus making this goal perceived of feeling further away. But we again want to remind you this is based on your perception and this is your truth. But the key word here is perception. We know this hurdle has become like an elephant in the room and now has taken over a majority of your concern as it's starting to ruminate day and night. We know, you know, that this isn't healthy, love. Yet here we are. But that's where we want to grab your attention for a minute. Not about the elephant which has been created or the reality of what surrounds you, reality, but rather to the knowing and stillness of where you are. To pause. To shift this experience, we need you to close your eyes and come inward. Your constant need to face the problem has enveloped you. To bring you back, to bring your power back, to change what you see and create a different reality needs first to start by changing the perspective, and that begins by changing your perceived emotion. We know this may sound difficult, but you already know. In order to do this, so we are going to ask you to consciously ignore the problem. Oh, we know. We can hear many of you already defending your constant need of concern by making every excuse as to why you can't. But we ask you to trust us and try to practice. Pause. This was such a huge word. It kept on coming up. Pause. Close your eyes. Quiet the mind by focusing on an abyss. Allow the floating thoughts and concerns to pass with no attachment, just observation. Yes, we're asking you to meditate. To help you cross this hurdle, we need you to change perspective. In the moment of pause, the space between your breaths, and surrendering your thoughts, you allocate the opportunity to listen to the answers, insights, visions of awareness that can shift your reality. Above all else, in the moment of surrender and being, you allow yourself to feel a divine love, reminding you what is really important. Drop your need to push and allow yourself to free fall into the flow by pausing, coming inward, and allowing inspired resolution to appear. We want this to become your new focal point. Every time you think you must keep forging forward, pause and look inward. Stop looking outward at all that's creating your stress. Wait. In divine time, in your willingness and intended expectancy, radical or subtle, insights will come. In this new, a different perception arises. The energy shifts and new solutions become available. You are made to be the hero, the boss, the victor of the situation. You are learning to be the master of your own universe. And that's what we want you to know. It's not about the problem. It's about the solution, which already resides in you. Remember, you are it, dear soul. We are loving you all so much. And I feel like that in itself is it all. But they've asked, and even before, like if there was I was meditating on decks. This is the one deck that they brought me to. And then I thought, well, that was a good enough download. I'm going to leave it at that. But then I saw it over here in the corner. pull one last oracle. Maybe something I didn't pick up on, or something that needs to be worded just a certain way. Internal exploration, inward, excuse me. When we stop looking outside ourselves and surrender to a soft inner focus, we have access to unlimited information and resources. When we stop thinking with the glass ceiling of our intellect, we have the access to multidimensional wisdom from the collective consciousness. Everything is there, within you, waiting for expression. You are invited to explore the state of flow. You are the infinitely amazing being who can access collective consciousness, especially when you surrender some control to the greater process or get out of your own way. You have the permission you felt you needed. Go within and explore. Wonderful gifts are waiting for you. It almost like chokes me up. Like, it's everything we just got done saying, and it just feels like a solidifier. Solidifies everything, right? It chokes me up how beautiful they do that. Stop looking at everything that is on the outside. To change perspective, come inside. Whatever it is you're facing. I hope that helps you guys. No, I love you so much. Guess I need to say my little spiel. I love you guys. Welcome back if you've been around. If you're new, welcome. If this message resonates, please like. Feel free to subscribe if your soul feels called to. The messages are sporadic. You never know what you're going to get over here. But above all else, I just want to say I love you. You are the solution. And until next time, love you guys all so much. Namaste.